Told me that when I was in the kids group. I would have stayed on, man. I would have been in there every Sunday.
You know what? I'm just not going to provide anyone with context of what you're talking about. We'll just leave it at that.
That's fine. Context not necessary.
Yeah, no, that's you weren't here, so screw you, whoever's watching. Your mistake for, I don't know.
Oh, nice.
It's getting quite majestic, Terrace.
What's getting majestic?
Your beard. You could be an extra in Vikings Valhalla.
It's getting there.
I can't get mine to grow long enough, but I want to get the rings and stuff into it, but it's just not long enough. But I think you could probably do that.
I think that the thing is, Terrace always had a beard as long as I've known him. This is the first time I've seen him. But I think now that we're reading the Bible, he realizes that hair equals power, so he's just growing a beard to become more powerful.
Guys, I'm gonna make a fruit salad.
Are you gonna eat the pineapple with the skin?
I'm gonna make a
I would 100%. I would donate to Nesta Horrors. Oh my god! I didn't finish my sentence, so I'm not gonna do
it. The skin's kind of tough. But, you know, once I get through it, though,
it's worth it for that juicy goodness on the inside.
You've heard the skin's not that bad if you chew out of it.
just put it in water for a day so it softens up.
Why is my camera going on an adventure all the time? Come back.
This is too much for Twitch. This is not safe for work, what you're doing.
Well, anyway,
do the same thing.
Now that I've established dominance.
Do the same thing with like one of those, you know, those huge like nuts that they have in those shells that like kill. Like try and eat one of those.
Has some huge nuts, trust me.
In the shell, yeah, oh, I'm sure he has. He's shown me a few times. Or like a lobster shell or something, just bite into one of those.
Well, as long as they're not crabs, I'm happy.
Crunchy.
I mean, I would ask the question whether you're ready, but
the answer is no. Come back.
He's making a fruit salad. That's going to take at least like 15 minutes. If he's going to do it well.
This camera is this camera is absolutely fucking.
You know what?
I think this face is gonna go.
I'm gonna send you two guys something very cursed, and I will not share it with the stream, and you will enjoy.
So today I've got some homegrown tipple. This is Liverpool gin. We actually have a distillery in the city centre. It's quite nice.
I got a 9% alcohol beer.
9%? Oh, I've had a 12% before. Just wanted a one-up you there.
There you go.
We have a place called the Beer Keller, which I'm sure Scotus would find familiar, but also probably offensive.
I don't fucking care.
They have like steins and stuff, you know.
He's the offensive one.
Steins, sure. I sent you something to listen to.
I think I've actually seen this show.
I'm just not gonna interact with whatever you just sent.
It's a friend of mine sent this to me when I was like in 7th grade or something, and I was just like, wow, this is strongly entertaining.
Fuck off.
This is the 90s one, yeah. This is something I would have grown up with.
You've grown up with a fruit salad? Damn.
Imagine growing up.
Recently, it's more just growing sideways instead of up, but you know how it is.
I'm mostly growing forwards.
Forwards.
Shall we?
No.
I kind of just want the whole. Didn't we say we were gonna have a cooking stream? Isn't that what he's doing right now? We should just.
Yeah, you should cook your pineapple.
I don't actually have any surface to cut it on, so I'm just gonna cut it inside the bowl.
I've been pining appling for a cooking stream. That was a pun. You guys do puns, right?
No, that was not a pun. That was just stupid.
I got a really big bowl, by the way. I'm gonna fill it with fruit.
A pun is when you would be like 2 kings 19, and then you're like 2 kings. Wow, that's not a lot. I have like 5 kings. Let me show you one of them right now. And then you do something that is against terms of service.
1 king, 2 king, 3 king, 4 king.
Fucking shut the fuck up.
Oh, I was. I might you get these ones in early because I'm not drunk yet, so I'm restraining myself a little bit.
Nobody's stopping you, other than yourself.
I just need to warm up a bit.
Yeah, don't let your dreams be dreams.
Don't let your drinks be drinks. Put them inside of you.
Yeah, that's the one.
Convert them into piss.
I'm making piss.
Hello, cat peasant. I think it is
Bye,
time.
cat peasant.
2 Kings
Petition.
19. And when King
Petition to
his
ban cat peasant.
no you. And when King
Where are we starting? I
Hezekiah
thought
had heard
there was
this, he tore his garments and he covered himself with sackcloth, and he entered the house of the Lord. And he sent Eliakim, the first ruler of the house, and Shebna, the scribe, and the elders from the priests, covered with sackcloth, to the prophet Isaiah, the son of Amos. And they said to him, Thus says Hezekiah, this day is a day of tribulation, and of rebuke, and of blasphemy. The sons are ready to be born, but the woman in labor does not have the strength. Perhaps the Lord your skytis may hear all the words of Rabshakeh, whom the king of the Assyrians, his lord, sent, so that he would reproach the living skytis and rebuke with words which the Lord your skytis hath heard. And so offer a prayer on behalf of the remnant that has been found. And the servants of King Hezekiah went to Isaiah. And Isaiah said to them,
Boy, do I fucking love pineapple.
and then he responded, Why do you love pineapple so fucking much? And they responded, Okay, good talk.
I've got no fucking idea where we are. What page is it?
221.
221, okay, there we go.
And Isaiah said to them,
was-
So shall you say to your Lord, Thus says the Lord, do not be afraid before the face of the words that you have heard, by which the servants of the king of the Assyrians have blasphemed me. Behold!
I should really get a cutting board instead of just cutting in my desk.
I
You know
will
that,
send a
that
spirit
acid
to him,
is strong
and
enough
he
to
will
erode, right? You're not gonna have a desk in like a year.
and he will hear a report, and he will return to his
I'll
own
just,
land,
I'll
and
just have an excuse to get another one.
I will bring him down by the sword in his own land. Okay, let me try this again. Behold.
Okay.
There we go.
It just cut you out for most of it.
I didn't hear any of that.
Maybe it's better that way.
I want to hear all of that.
I don't want to hear
Then
him at all.
Rabshakeh returned, and he found the king of the Assyrians fighting against Libnah. What's Libnah?
I think it's something to do with Updog.
What's up, dog?
Not much. What about you?
Ah, idiot, you called yourself a dog. You cheeky bitch.
So
For he had heard.
we've not even started and it's already incredibly cursed.
What did you expect?
I don't know, to be fair, if your name's plastered or over this, then we're in trouble.
For he had heard that he had withdrawn from Lachish. And when he had heard from Tirhaka, the king of Ethiopia, saying, Behold, he has gone out so that he may fight against you. And when he went forth against him, he sent messengers to Hezekiah, saying,
Don't even think about it.
So shall you say to Hezekiah, the king of Judah, let not your skytis, in whom you trust, lead you astray. And you shall not say, Jerusalem will not be delivered into the hands of the king of the Assyrians. For you yourself have heard what the kings of the Assyrians have done to all the lands, the manner in which they have laid waste to them. Therefore, how would you alone be able to be freed? Have the skytises of the nations freed any of those whom my daddies have destroyed, such as Gozan and Haran and Rezeph and the sons of Eden, who were at Telassar, where Where is the king of Hamath, the king of Arpad, and the king of the city of Sepharvaim, and of Hena, and of Ava? And so, when Hezekiah had received the letter from the hand of the messengers and had read it, he ascended to the house of the Lord, and he spread it out before the Lord. Ooh. What is he spreading out?
It's
fucking
butter.
The
butt
letter?
cheeks.
It's that good butter.
I think he's spreading the letter. I mean,
He's spreading butter on the butt cheeks.
something smells like up jazz. Thanks. And he prayed in his sight, saying, O Lord, Stylus of Glasgow, who sits upon the cherubim, you alone are Stylus.
Hold on, I'm gonna go check up on my chicken nuggets.
No, I'm not gonna hold up. Over all the kings
Please.
of the earth, you made heaven and earth. Incline your ear and listen. Open your eyes, O Lord, and see, and hear all the words of Sennacherib, who sent so that he might reproach the living Stylus before us. Truly, O Lord, the kings of the Assyrians have devastated all the peoples and lands, and they have cast their Styluses into the fire, for they were not Styluses. But you just called them Styluses. But instead were the works of men's hand, out of wood and stone. And so they destroyed them. Now therefore, O Lord, our Stylus, bring us salvation from his hand, so that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that you alone are the Lord Stylus. Then Isaiah, the son of Amos, said to Hezekiah, saying, Thus says the Lord, the Stylus of Glasgow, I have heard what you beseeched from me concerning Sennacherib, the king of the Assyrians. This is the word that the Lord has spoken about him. The virgin daughter of Zion has spurned and ridiculed you. The daughter of Jerusalem has shaken her head behind your back. Whom have you reproached, and whom have you blasphemed? Against whom have you exalted your voice, and lifted up your eyes on high? Against the Holy One of Glasgow! By the hand of your servants you have reproached the Lord, and you have said, By the multitudes of my chariots I have ascended to the heights of the mountains, to the summit of Lebanon, and I have cut down its sublime cedars and its elect spruce trees, and I have entered even to its limits, and its forest of Carmel I have cut down. And I drank foreign waters, and I dried up all the enclosed waters with the step of my feet. But you have not heard what I have done from the beginning. But have you not heard what I have done from the beginning? From the days of antiquity, I have formed it, and now I have brought it to be. And fortified cities of fighting men will become piles of ruins. And whoever may settle in these, they have trembled with a weak hand, and they have been confounded. They have become like the hay of the field, and like weeds sprouting on the rooftops, which dry up before they reached maturity. Your habitation, and your exit, and your entrance, and your way, I knew beforehand, along with your fury against me. You have been maddened against me, and your arrogance has ascended to my ears. And so I will place a ring in your nose, and a bit between your lips.
I'm sorry, what?
And I
FBI
will lead
open
you
up.
back along the way by which you came. Ooh. Well, that's going in the best of. So does this mean that wearing a nose ring is considered bad by the Bible? That's like reserved for bad people?
Hey, Rob.
Hello. Well then, that is a handsome photo. I had an actual photo shoot done a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
You should
All
tape
right,
it to
Rob.
your face. That'll make the stream look a little better, Terrace.
There'll be two of me. People won't be able to handle that much me.
But as for you, Hezekiah, this shall be a sign. Eat this year whatever you will find, and in the second year whatever may spring up of itself. But in the third year, sow and reap. Plant vineyards and eat from their fruit. And whatever will have been left behind from the house of Judah shall send a root downward, and shall bear fruit upward. Indeed, a remnant shall go forth from Jerusalem, and what may be saved shall go forth from Mount Zion. And the zeal of the Lord of hosts shall accomplish this. For this reason, thus says the Lord about the king of the Assyrians. He shall not enter into this city, nor shoot an arrow into it, nor overtake it with the shield, nor encircle it with fortifications. By the way that he came, so shall he return. And he shall not enter the city, says the Lord. And I will protect this city, and I will save it for my own sake, and for the sake of my servant David.
David.
And so it happened that in the same night an angel of the Lord went and struck down, in the camp of the Assyrians, 185,000. And when he had risen up at first light, he saw all the bodies of the dead, and withdrawing, he went away. And Sennacherib, the king of the Assyrians, returned and dwelt in Nineveh. Nineveh.
None of your business.
Fuck's sake.
And while he was worshipping in the temple of Stylus, And while he was worshipping in the temple of his Stylus, Nisroch, his sons, Adramelech and Sherezer, struck him with the sword. And they fled into the land of the Armenians. And Esarhaddon, his son, reigned in his place. Yeah, just casually, his sons that have never been introduced, just to come in there and kill him. Yeah, okay.
Deus Ex Machina.
I mean, it's not really an imminent threat right now, so it's not really Deus Ex Machina. It's more like Deus retarded, but that's the entire Bible, really. But if you would like, you can feel free to continue.
Taros is reading.
Good luck getting Taros to read.
Do it, Taros. I don't think Taros can read, honestly.
Yeah, I can write, but I can't read.
Yeah. It's a subtle art. Wait, so okay, we're Kings? Kings 20.
No, it's 2 kings.
Two kings.
3 kings.
2 kings, 1 cup. I mean,
2
what?
kings plus
Bingo!
20. That's 22 kings. All in all, like if you count it up properly.
No, it's 2 kings 20, so 2 times kings 20. So it's
No,
kings,
you're wrong.
It's kings 40. Do you know math?
40k?
Kinghammer 40k? What?
What? We talking about crabs again? Okay.
You clearly need to
right.
drink more if you're confused. Have you not checked the rules?
In those days, Hezekiah was sick unto death with 1 F. And the prophet Isaiah, the son of Amos, came Uwu and said to him, Thus says the Lord Skytus, instruct your house, for you will die and not live. And he turned his face to the wall, and he prayed to the Lord, saying, I beg you, O Lord, I beseech you, remember how I have walked before you in truth, and with a perfect heart, and how I have done what is pleasing before you.
No,
Why
go
is
on.
it so sexualized? I'm actually uncomfortable. It's always like they just kind of randomly throw in a bit of like innuendo, like innuendo, you know? And it's like, it's just. I don't like
trust
the
me,
way
I'll
the
put
God
something in
treats
your end. Oh,
his children. You are my children, but I insist on making you uncomfortable. Where are we? Where's... Thus says the Lord, the Skytus of your daddy David. I have heard your prayer, and I have seen your tears, and behold... Wait, are you gonna do the thing?
I mean, you gotta do it. You're the one reading.
I don't have the sound effect ready.
You suck.
I am the side effect.
And where the fuck did you see it? Fucking behold.
There's a behold right there. It says, and behold, I have healed you. It's underneath Daddy David. Not that you were
How
lucky
far
enough
did you
to get
skip?
underneath
You were like,
Daddy...
you were around here, mister.
I wasn't was I there?
You were midway through this, or actually you finished this sentence and then you pointed it out the innuendo that made you uncomfortable. Did you know they had free healthcare in the Bible? The cure for everything was circumcisions.
Circumcisions?
Yes.
What?
What?
I don't believe in that kind of thing, okay?
Well, would you like to take a trip to the hill of foreskin?
Don't think I will.
It's not optional.
You have to go there and do your part.
I have to add to the hill.
Add it to
The
the
hill
pile.
consumes all.
It doesn't have to be your own. You just have to, everyone has to give one.
I mean, do you want me to go and get somebody else's?
I mean, you could take your mom's as well. I mean, what?
My mom's. You can't prove that. I beseech you, remember how I have walked before you in truth and with a perfect heart, and how I have done what is pleasing before you. And then Hezekiah wept with a great weeping, because they were melodramatic as fuck. And before Isaiah departed from the middle part of the atrium, the word of the Lord came to him, saying, Return and tell Hezekiah, the leader of my people, thus says the Lord, the Stylus of your daddy David, I have heard your prayer, and I have seen your tears, and behold, I have healed you. On the third day, you shall ascend to the temple of the Lord, and I will add 15 years to your days. It's like basically giving up on smoking. There's not like a smoking thing. If you give up smoking, you get like an extra 15 years or something.
No, this is like an extended warranty, and I will add 15 years to your warranty. I mean days.
That's not even a good deal.
Just extended warranty. Hey, Terrace, does it count that Stylus refers to him as the Stylus of your daddy David? Is that a new title?
I want to say yes.
Well,
because it's much more specific than it was before.
Well then, cheers.
Cheers.
Woo!
Okay, plus 15 years. Cha-ching.
Level up.
Then too, I will free you in this city from the hand of the king of the Assyrians, and I will protect this city for my own sake, and for the sake of my servant David, who I just remembered. Was that fruity? Does it taste like pineapple?
It tastes like despair and depression.
It just tastes like the beer and chicken nuggets.
Nice.
That's like the deadbeat dad, like, flavor, right?
Deadbeat dad?
Yeah, no, you're like, your dad
when
goes
your
to the
dad
cigarette
beats up
store.
other dads? What?
No, like your dad goes to the cigarette store.
And beats up someone
That's like the
else's
smell
dad?
that he'd probably be giving off, right? When he
What
eventually comes back.
Beer and chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
What the fuck is deadbeat dad? I am...
Deadbeat dad, it's that whole thing where your dad goes to the cigarette store and doesn't come home because he's a deadbeat.
Oh, deadbeat
You
is a...
never had that?
Hold on, I think that's just a word I'm not familiar with.
A deadbeat is just a person who
Oh, yeah.
is a
no,
good for nothing.
I
type
thought you
deal.
meant dead as in father, so deadbeat dad as in your dad beats up someone else's dad.
I mean, that could happen too.
That's
You
why
know.
I asked.
See, this is the greatest benefit of having like a gay parent. Like, if you had like a gay dad, right? You know, you're having like a fight at school with some kids, and they're like, "Oh, my dad will beat up your dad." You could be like, "My dad'd fuck your dad," you know. And you got actual evidence of that being the case. It's even better.
Of course, you'd have video material of your dad fucking someone else, your classmates.
Yeah, exactly.
Dad.
That's bragging rights if I ever saw it.
Fucking walking about with proof on your phone.
No, that's not bragging rights. That's just one thing. Fucking gay.
What are you gay?
My dad could beat off your dad. There you go.
We should weaponize the gay. It'd be a lot more useful. Anyway.
I mean, you could easily threaten people. Like, hey, you better do this or I'm gonna fuck you. And then the people would be, oh god, no, I don't want to be gay.
I do that anyway.
Fucking people?
No.
Or being gay?
Have you never tried that before?
The answer is yes.
Specifically what?
But specifically that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, same.
Okay, let's get on with this. You guys
Fucking
can be down.
master of confusion.
Lad
Right
50.
there.
That's healed. But Hezekiah said to Isaiah, "What will be the sign that the Lord will heal me, and that I will ascend to the temple of the Lord?"
No, go to 27. You didn't read that. Screw you.
20.
Oh no.
It's
I like how my camera. I like how my camera's focusing on Rob.
I mean, Rob is important.
It's on that fucking Rob thing.
Harris, is there anything you would like to say to Tor?
if I had 11 toes, I'd use one of them to spread peanut butter on my sandwich.
Would it be a big toe or a small
Would that
toe?
make so you?
I'd prefer it was a big one, but it's really awkwardly flat.
So you'd use your toe to spread peanut butter?
I'd use it like a butter knife because I'm imagining it'd be very flat.
That
For
would
some
make you a
reason.
toer. If you use your toe for that.
Yeah, that's the one.
I mean, like, he's gonna be spreading that, presumably on toast.
Are you okay, Terrace?
I'm used to Sky's level of stupid. But I'm not used to Rob just yet.
Nobody is.
I need a. To be fair, no one's ready for Sky's either, but here I am. I need
Yeah, this is the blessing.
we need a longer adjustment period next time. We need to spend an hour with Rob before we start streaming.
What? Why?
He needs more of you.
We need an adjustment period.
From the sound of it, you're already on your period right now, Terrace.
That's going right in the masculinity.
How many masculinity? I'm chopping up a banana.
Has a beard longer than his face. No masculinity, okay.
That's called laziness.
That's called macho-ness. Should be in the ring, like a luchador.
Ring. I got a ring
Luchador the Explorer?
Oh, destroy the ring, Frodo. I didn't bring lube. And Isaiah said, bring me a mass of figs. Not one, not two, a whole mass. And when they had brought it, they had placed it upon his sword. That's a waste of good figs. Those things aren't cheap, man. He was healed.
Maybe they were back then.
But
I mean, they can heal, so
supply
it's not a waste if he gets healed.
Just better usage for that.
Like, such as?
Better.
Just put cheese on your
What will be the
wounds.
sign that the Lord will heal? But I already did that. That's the figs.
I also the camera.
Didn't I already say that
properly
bit?
adjusted.
You're now at this part that I highlighted. How are you this incompetent at reading?
He's got worse attention span than I do. I didn't know that was possible.
But Hezekiah said to Isaiah, what will be the sign that the Lord will heal me? And I will send to the temple of the Lord on the third day. And Isaiah said to him, he will not bring you figs, he will bring you a whole pineapple.
Just the one.
Just the single pineapple.
Speaking of pineapple, I'm making a fruit salad.
Hi, fruit salad, I'm Sky.
Wow.
Let me guess, you lost it again? Where were
Yeah,
you?
I'm trying to find where it is. Lord will do the work that he has spoken. I'm sorry, no, I got fixated on the fruit salad, and I was like, okay, I'm not looking at this.
I highlighted where you were.
That it may turn back for the same number of degrees. And Hezekiah said, it is uneasy for the shadow to increase for 10 lines. And so I do not wish that this be done. Instead, let it turn back for 10 degrees. We don't want to get too warm. And so the prophet Isaiah called upon the Lord, and he led back the shadow along the lines by which it had already descended on the sundial of sundial. They had sundials back then. Sundial.
Yeah.
It's just weird, man.
Is he just turning back time? He led back the shadow along the lines which are in reverse for 10 degrees.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, doesn't make any sense.
They're talking like a sun. They're talking about a sundial. So does this mean they literally turned back time?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's yeah. He just flew really fast around the Earth the other way.
How do you
Time's only constant on the planet.
how do you fly around the Earth? You can fly over or under it, but like not really around. It's flat. You know that, right?
I forgot about that. I'm sorry. You have to go around one of the corners. That's how you do that.
Just drift around each corner.
It's like a Rubik's Cube, you know? You're spinning a Rubik's Cube. Not easy to increase with 10 light, that's properties. At that time, Merodach Baladan, this sounds like a demon name, the son of Baladan, the king of the Babylonians, sent letters and gifts to Hezekiah, for he had heard that Hezekiah had been ill because he's eating too many figs. That's the reason. Now Hezekiah there's too much potassium in those things. Like you can't have too many of those. No,
that's bananas you're thinking of.
No, but there's potassium in figs as well.
No,
There's
not
potassium
anymore,
in you as well.
There's potassium in you, so you be careful you don't get eaten anytime soon, okay?
Oh, well, that collides with Terrace's plan.
To be eaten? Are
No.
you like a vor kind of guy?
No, I was implying something very different, but you know what? We'll just leave
I
it.
mean, that's okay. I'm not gonna kink shame unless kink shaming is your kink. Hezekiah rejoiced their arrival, and so he revealed to them
this
house
is officially my favorite
of-
stream.
aromatic spices and the gold and silver. Oh yeah, the gold, and I always thought that the that wise man who brought the gold was just one-upping the other guys. You imagine it's just like, oh, I've got some spices and herbs here. This guy turns up with fucking gold bars. It's like, okay,
And the next guy
someone's
turns up,
clearly
"Here,
trying
I
to
got some
buy his way into
V-Bucks."
heaven. V-Bucks. The fourth holy man wanders in. It's fucking ninja. Walks in off the street with his blue hair.
Yeah, and just starts fucking twerking and filming a TikTok.
And the fifth one brought an iPhone, if I remember correctly.
Accurate retelling. Skytus was there, if nobody else knew. And the various pigments and ointments, and the house of his vessels, and all that he was able to have in his treasuries. There was nothing in his house, nor in all his dominions, that Hezekiah did not show to them.
Ooh.
Then the prophet Isaiah came. To King Hezekiah and said to him, "What did these men say, and where did they come to you, inside you?" And Hezekiah said to them, "They came inside me from Babylon, and from a faraway land."
They come from a land
Projectile,
down
man.
under.
And he responded, "What did they see in your house?" A lot of cum. And Hezekiah said, "They saw all things whatsoever that are in my house. There is nothing in my treasuries I did not show to them."
Including all the sex
So my
toys.
socks- Look at these socks, guys. And I did not show to them.
Crunchy
So Isaiah
snack.
said to Hezekiah, "Listen to the word
and
of
and
the
this is my
Lord."
Comstock.
Okay.
Behold!
Behold, a
My
Comstock.
Comstock.
No, Terrace.
I call this one Jane.
Terrace didn't realize. No, go on. It's fine, Rob. Go on. Continue reading.
I was just seeing what Terrace was doing with the kiwi.
It's fine.
I fucking love kiwis.
So Terrace was
Somehow
saying,
the least and most Scottish person I've ever known. At the same time, like in perpetuity. Behold, the days are coming when all that is in your house and all that your daddies have stored up even to this day will be carried away to Babylon. Nothing at all shall remain, says the Lord, even the cum socks. Then too they will take from your they will take the cum socks from your sons.
No,
who
they'll
will
take their
go forth
foreskins.
from you, whom you will conceive is conceiving the sons, okay? And they will be eunuchs in the palace. I don't think that's a good deal, man. I don't think I'd be up for that deal. Oh, here's a great deal. You can come to the palace and I'll make you a eunuch.
I have a question.
Praise be.
Is your foreskin not basically just a cum sock attached to your penis with a hole in it?
Well, a sock has a hole in it already, so I guess that. Yeah, I guess it is just a sock.
Well, it has
yeah.
an additional hole, I guess.
It's a wrinkly sock.
Just some food for thought.
How long were you thinking about that before you mentioned that? Is
Not
this
very
like
long.
something you've been thinking about for a few
Hold
years?
on,
and
I'm
you've been
getting
like,
called. You can
okay.
just continue.
Welcome, eunuchs to the palace of the king of Babylon. Ezekiel said to Isaiah, the word of the Lord. What you have spoken is good. Let peace
Why do you sound
and truth
constipated?
be in my days. Now the rest of the words of Ezekiel, and all his strength, and how he made a pool and an aqueduct, and how he brought waters into the city. Have these not been read in the book of the words of the days of the kings of Judah?
Oh, that's another cue.
Ezekiel slept with his daddies, and Manasseh, his son, reigned in this palace. Yeah, probably don't do that for too long.
Yeah, please stop sounding constipated.
I'll be constipated if I want to, okay?
I forbid it.
Oh, I see that I missed a drinking cue.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
That means I have to drink twice.
My god, and your rule, if you miss a drinking cue, you drink twice.
Well, Rob, there have been a few sessions where you have been absent.
That sounds like a you problem.
No, that sounds like a liver problem.
Liver problem.
Because you got plenty to catch up on. Terrorist.
Well, fucking
Speaking of catching up, you should put ketchup in your fruit salad.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I mean, he already has the ketchup there. Pretty sure.
Yeah, that's spicy ketchup. It doesn't go well with fruit.
Sriracha.
I don't have regular ketchup.
Just water it down.
That's still not gonna get rid of the spicy.
2 Kings 21. Manasseh was 12 years old when he had begun to reign, and he reigned for 55 years in Jerusalem. The name of his mother was Hephzibah.
As if that's important.
Wait,
a lot of rain.
wait. No, that is important. Isn't that the name of one of Xavier's viewers? Cat Peasant might know. Hephzibah? And he did evil in the sight of the Lord, in accord with the isles of the nations that the Lord destroyed before the face of the sons of Glasgow. And he turned away. And he built up the high places that his daddy, Hezekiah, had destroyed. And he erected altars to Baal, and he made sacred groves, just as Ahab, the king of Glasgow, had done. And he adored the entire army of heaven, and he served them. Shut up, Cat Peasant. And he constructed altars in the house of the Lord, about which the Lord said, "In Jerusalem I will place my name." And he constructed altars for the entire army of heaven within the 2 courts of the temple of the Lord. And he led his son through the fire and the flames, and they went to a Dragon Force concert. Are you okay, Terrace?
I'm not. I want to go home.
And he led his son through fire. And he used divinations, and observed omens, and appointed soothsayers, and multiplied diviners, so that he did evil before the Lord, and provoked him.
Divine duping.
And so he set up an idol of the sacred of the sacred grove that he had made in the temple of the Lord, about which the Lord said to David and to his son Solomon, "In this temple and in Jerusalem, which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Glasgow, I will place my name forever. And I will no longer cause the feet of Glasgow to be moved from the land that I gave to their daddies. If only they will take care to do all that I have instructed them, and the entire law that my servant Moses commanded to them." Yet truly,
Moses Jones.
they did not listen. Instead, they were seduced by Manasseh, so that they did evil, more so than the nations that the Lord had crushed before the face of the sons of Glasgow. And so the Lord spoke by the hand of his servant, the prophets, saying, "Since Manasseh, the king of Judah, has committed these wicked abominations beyond all that the Amorites have before him have done, and also has caused Judah to sin by his defilements. Because of this, thus says the Lord, the skies of Glasgow, behold, I will lead evils over Jerusalem and over Judah, such that whoever will hear of these things, both his ears will ring. And I will extend the measuring line of Samaria over Jerusalem with the scale of the house of Ahab." And I love ringing ears. "And all those that have sinned, I will give you tinnitus."
Oh, it's a drink
Wow.
time.
He said, "Behold, and I will erase Jerusalem, just as writing tablets are usually erased." How do you usually erase writing tablets? Just destroy them?
Like iPads or stone tablets.
Yes.
And they didn't have iPads back then, you fucking idiot.
Destruction
Those
works
were
either way.
invented shortly before Jesus was born, which was why he also got an iPhone, because it was the new hot shit.
Yeah, have you not seen like that on the Last Supper? He has an iPad on the table next to him. You can't see it because it's really flat.
Well, but the Last Supper is a few years away still from where we are right now. So no, they did not have tablets.
Well,
back
you
then.
need to
Back
get your
then.
timeline right, okay?
Well, maybe this is the Gen 1.
This is Gen Z.
No, this is Gen C, because it's fucking cringe. And after erasing, I will turn it and repeatedly drag a stylus over its surface.
Yeah, Stylus, I told you it was an iPad, man. I told you.
What? What?
I told you.
Fucking Etch-a-Sketch.
Calling me stupid.
Yeah,
It's
what
got a stylus there.
What is
People don't want to get finger marks on their tablets, so they use a stylus.
And I will turn it and repeatedly drag a stylus over its surface.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even get like sand and
He's
stuff
turning,
on
he's
it.
turning it sideways, so he's not holding it like this.
Didn't we change garment to iPad? I don't know if Terrace did. Terrace?
No.
Okay. Well,
That sounds fucking stupid.
because people keep tearing their garments. And I think you suggested that we replace it with iPad.
I actually remember now. Not afterwards, that's something you might have done.
I was just about to say, so yeah, it was your suggestion. So of course it sounds stupid.
No, we haven't actually replaced it.
And truly, I will send away the remnants of my inheritance, and I will deliver them into the hands of their enemies. And they will be devastated and plundered by all their adversaries. For they have done evil before me, and they have persevered in provoking me from the day when their daddies departed from Egypt, even to this day. Moreover, Manasseh also has shed an exceedingly great amount of blood until he filled Jerusalem even to the mouth, aside from his sins by which he caused Judah to sin, so that they did evil before the Lord. Now, that the rest of the words of Manasseh and all that he did. Now, the rest of the words of Manasseh and all that he did, and his sins that he sinned, have these not been written
Oh no.
in the book
Oh no.
of the words
Oh no.
of the days
Ooh.
of the kings of Judah? And Manasseh slept with his daddies, and he was buried in the garden of his own house in the garden of Uzzah.
Huzzah!
And Amon, I can't do fucking accents.
Please do an accent.
I
Yeah, do-
literally just tried, didn't you hear?
You can do a German accent.
Do a German accent.
But that doesn't really apply here. Mon is not
No,
German.
I don't care. Well, he is now.
You literally remember the session with Hell Uncultivated an Egg? I did an entire chapter in the most German way possible.
Yeah, do it again.
You do
What-
it in a
what do I get?
Stuttgart accent.
I don't know how to do that. Fuck that. No, I can't
Hey,
do German
Rob.
dialects.
Hey, Rob.
Hello.
Can you do accents?
I'm not gonna do a German accent right now.
Or
I-
can you do other
I
accents?
save that for my. I'm not gonna say anything else because I nearly messed up there. I'm just gonna keep drinking. You guys proceed.
And Aemon, his son, reigned in his place. Aemon was 22 years old when he had begun to reign.
Hey, man.
And he reigned for 2 years in Jerusalem. The name of his mother was Meshulameth, the daughter of
important.
Harus from Jotbah.
Shulamet, never met her.
Terrace. Are you sure that an hour of warming up would be enough?
No.
And Terrace, get this. And he did evil in the sight of the Lord.
No, he couldn't have.
How
Just-
could he do that?
Just as his daddy, Manasseh, had done. And he walked in all the ways which his daddy had walked, and he served the unclean things that his daddy had served. And he adored them. That just sounds like a very weird way of saying it. He used his dad's unclean sex toys. And he abandoned the Lord and the guidance of
We've
his
all done
daddies.
that.
And he did not walk in the way of that. I'm just gonna glance over that. Terrace didn't catch
If
it.
it's
so we'll
second
just-
hand, right, it's more moist. You get less, friction burn. That's the good thing about it.
I don't know. Terrace would know.
It's smoother. It's smoother because after usage you get rid of that like roughened surface.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I mean, it depends on if it's Esau or Jacob. The smoothness, that is.
Which one's the one that's red? The red one's gonna be smoother because it's all muscle, right?
Wait, what? Huh? What are we talking about?
I was thinking of Binding of Isaac.
Oh, yeah, I don't fucking know. I haven't played Repentance. You're gonna have to ask Terrace. But one of them is hairy and one of them is smooth. That's why I can tell you. And his servants undertook treachery against him, and they killed the king in his own house. But the people of the land slew all those who had conspired against King Aemon, and they appointed for themselves Josiah,
man,
his son,
Bacon.
Jamaican man.
as king in his place. Well, there you go. You can do the accent from now on. My accent was so bad that I couldn't even think of what the accent is called. So, just to prove my point.
It's
Jamaican man.
He literally just said it already. Yeah. Thanks.
Siberian. Yeah.
What? Are you okay? Should we call an ambulance?
What? How do you say?
Not for me.
Hey, Terrace. Speaking of fuck off. But the rest of the words of Aemon, which he did, have these not been written in the book of the words of the days of the kings of Judah? And they buried him in his sepulchre in the garden of Uzzah, and his son Josiah reigned in his place. You gotta sing the fruit salad song now before you commence eating.
I don't know the song.
It's just say fruit salad like 3 times.
No, that's how you summon a fruit.
I was just about to say,
Yeah.
you gotta look in the mirror though. That's how you summon fruit flies.
Because you're a fruit. That's the joke.
No,
You're a tangerine.
I'm more of a vegetable, to be fair.
Oh, a tangerine, would you look at the time, Terrace? my greatest discovery to date.
I'm still impressed how entertained you are by that picture.
What? How can you not? It's Tangerine o'clock.
It is funny. It's not that funny.
It is.
Okay.
It's funny, it's fruity, and it's healthy for you. 2 Kings 22. Josiah was 8 years old when he had begun to reign. He reigned for 31 years in Jerusalem. The name of his mother was Jedidah, the daughter of Adaiah from Boscath. And he did what was pleasing before the Lord. Are we gonna have one of those again?
He was 8 years old, man. Come on.
And he walked in all the ways of his daddy, David. He did not turn aside to the right or to the left. Then, in the 18th year of King Josiah, the king sent Shaphan, the son of Azaliah, the son of Meshullam, the scribe of the temple of the Lord, saying to him, "Go to Hilkiah, the high priest, so that the money may be put together, which has been brought into the temple of the Lord, which the doorkeepers of the temple have collected from the people. And let it be given by those in charge of the house of the Lord to the workers, and let them distribute it to those who are working in the temple of the Lord in order to repair the surfaces of the temple, specifically to carpenters and masons, and to those who mend gaps, so that wood may be purchased, and stones from the quarries in order to repair the temple of the Lord. Yet truly let no account be given by them of the money that they receive. Instead, let them have it within their power and trust." Then Hilkiah, the high priest, said to Shaphan, scribe, "I have found the book of the law in the house of the Lord." And so Hilkiah gave the volume to Shaphan, and he read it. And also, Shaphan, the scribe, went to the king and reported to him what he had instructed. And he said, "Your servants have brought together the money which was found in the house of the Lord, and they have given it so that it would be distributed to the workers by the overseers of the works of the temple of the Lord." Also, Shaphan, the scribe, explained to the king, saying, "Hilkiah, the priest, gave the book to me." And when Shaphan had read it before the king, and the king had heard the words of the book of the law of the Lord, he tore his garments.
Is that not word for word proof that God is a communist? What just happened just now?
No, that is word for
Redistributing wealth to workers. That sounds like communism.
no. That is.
Isn't that a new drinking rule? Yeah. It is,
I was just about to say that is word for word proof that you have to drink right now.
You guys drinking alcohol?
Yes.
What kind of question is that?
Well, because it said if you mention alcohol, you gotta drink again.
Well, it seems like you gotta drink again.
Yeah.
No
I'm
alcohol
gonna
in
go-
the Bible.
wait.
That's
Wait, oh my fucking god, I'm a genius, guys.
it refers to stuff in the Bible.
Guys, I forgot I brought all my beers here, so I don't have to keep going to the fridge.
What about the
to get them.
nuggies? You forgot about the nuggies?
I already ate the nuggets.
What the
Okay.
fuck, man? I was promised content.
Yeah, I wanted the ASMR.
I already ate them. Like, you saw me eat them.
Well, make some more and eat them again.
I don't have any more.
Just be
Buy some.
do what a cow
Unless
would
you-
do.
I'm not gonna regurgitate my fucking nuggies.
Do it. Be the crow.
Be a
that
man.
you
I mean, be a cow.
pretending. Be the man crow. Coward.
Coward. Get it?
Croward.
Ow.
And he instructed Hilkiah, the priest, and Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, and Akbor, the son of Micaiah, and Shaphan, the scribe, and Asaiah, the servant of the king, saying, "Go and consult the Lord concerning me and the people and all of Judah about the words of this volume which has been found. For the great wrath of the Lord has been kindled against us because our daddies did not listen to the words of this book, so that they would do all that has been written for us." Therefore Hilkiah, the priest, and Ahikam, and Akbor, and Shaphan, and Asaiah went to Huldah, the prophetess, the wife of Shalom, the son of Tikva, the son of Harhas, the keeper of the vestments, who was living in Jerusalem in the second part. In the second part?
Is that sequel baiting?
I'm not sure if it's like the second part of Jerusalem. Maybe they made Jerusalem and then they were like, well, Jerusalem is so important and there's so many people who want to live here. Let's just make Jerusalem too.
Let's make Jerusalem the main city, the hub city.
And now there's just two Jerusalems. I don't fucking know. And they spoke with her. And she responded to them.
It's like New York, but it's New Jerusalem.
So it's not New York.
I think you killed our
Okay, you
guest.
see this pineapple? It's like an orange, but it's not an orange.
And she responded to them, "Thus says the Lord, the Stylus of Glasgow, tell the men who sent you to me, thus says the Lord, behold, I will lead evils over this place and over its inhabitants, all the words of the law that the king of Judah has read, for they have abandoned me, and they have sacrificed to foreign goddesses, provoking me by all the works of their hands. And so my indignation will be kindled against this place, and it will not be extinguished, but to the king of Judah, who sent you, so that you would consult the Lord, so shall you say, thus says the Lord, the Stylus of Glasgow, insofar as you have heard the words of this volume, and your heart was terrified, and you humbled yourself before the Lord, listening to the words against this place and its inhabitants, specifically, that they would become an astonishment and a curse, and because you have torn your garments and have wept before me, I also have heard you, says the Lord. For this reason, I will gather you to your daddies, and you will be gathered to your sepulchre in peace, so that your eyes may not see all the evils that I will bring over this place. What the fuck did I just read?
Hey Rob.
Hmm?
Can you give a 1 out of 10 rating for Stylus' voice acting?
A 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'd That was, I mean, you put effort into that. That's above average at least. That's like at least a 6.
No, are you that stupid? Terrace said, can you give a 1 out of 10? And you just gave us...
Apparently I couldn't.
No, you gotta give a 1 out of 10. That's what he requested.
I didn't do it.
He specifically requested you to give a 1 out of 10.
He's not the boss of me.
I just want to point out again. It started with, and she responded to them, thus says the Lord, the skies of Glasgow. Tell the man who sent you to me. Thus says the Lord. So it's like the Lord is saying, this person said that the Lord said that. Why? Just why? Why is it not just, thus says the Lord? Why are we needlessly nesting this? Is this a nest of horrors?
You're officially a wall ornament.
You should see what my ex has up on the wall. Who used that thing for years, and then it's all of a sudden just gone. You know.
Does your ex have an X on the wall?
More like eggs, honestly. They kind of look like eggs, but you know.
Interesting.
Are they male or female?
Yeah, whatever you would like them to be. I am not picky.
Gender fluid eggs, my favorite.
Free range.
Hold on. Speaking of rearranging.
Rearrange the free range.
There we go.
We need like the off-stream camera as well.
Under the desk cam.
Oh no.
Who
Only
lives in a
crows.
pineapple under the desk?
What are you doing to that pineapple? Is that why you cut a hole in it?
The grapefruit technique.
That would actually hurt a lot. Like bare
Grapefruit
flesh against the
technique
pineapple.
without the G.
It's like
You
one
what?
less than a grapefruit.
2 Kings 23. And they reported to the king what she had said. And he sent, and all the elders of Judah and Jerusalem were gathered to him. And the king ascended to the temple of the Lord, and with him were all the men of Judah and all who were living in Jerusalem, the priests and the prophets, and all the people, from the small to the great. And in the hearing of everyone, he read all the words of the book of the covenant, which was found in the house of the Lord. I'm sure you will. And the king stood up on the step. Step what? Probably stepsister. And the king stood up on his stepsister.
You're doing stepsister.
And he got stuck in a covenant before the Lord and asked his stepsister to help. And he struck a covenant before the Lord so that they would walk after the Lord and keep his precepts and testimonies and ceremonies with all their heart and with all their soul, so that they would carry out the words of this covenant which had been written in that book. And the people agreed to the covenant.
Jesus Christ, is he okay?
He probably just moved a bunch of pots from the sound of it, but I'm
okay.
not sure. His microphone picks up a lot of things. If you ask him to take a piss and follow it up by
If
moaning,
I just casually ask him to do that.
if he comes back, ask him to take a piss and then moan afterwards, and make sure that we hear both. See what happens. Just casually do that. And the king instructed Hilkiah, the high priest, and the priests of the second order, and the doorkeepers, so that they would cast out...
Eris, can you take a piss very loudly,
He's-
please? You didn't hear that. We did hear that.
That's not what we were talking about.
Yeah,
I thought
do
we
it.
did. I thought we
I've heard that recording. You sent me that recording, in fact. Where these like, two other people trying to have like an intellectual conversation, and it was just your piss in the background, splashing off the walls by the sound of it. I don't know if you're doing that thing that I used to do when I was in school, where you're like trying to see how high you could piss up the wall. Well, I would not do that in my own house.
What? Elaborate?
You guys never did that when you were kids.
No, please elaborate. I'm all ears.
You guys never did that? No, it's like, it'd be like a running thing. You kind of like, you total up your high scores at the end of the week. You'd like pencil in how high you got, like you would for like height, but you'd do it for like piss height. And I think I managed to hit the roof once. It was pretty good. I was holding it in all day just to get like that extra pressure, you know?
I'm just impressed, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure his bladder was also pressed. You got any proof of that happening? You take any evidence?
I don't think me recording that stuff is legal anymore.
Oh, really?
It was back then, but I'm gonna get put on a watch list again if I do that now.
Again.
Hey, I'd put you on my watch list. I'd watch you. I mean, what? And the king instructed Hilkiah, the high priest, and the priests of the second order, and the doorkeepers, so that they would cast out of the temple of the Lord all the vessels which had been made for Baal, and for the sacred grove, and for the entire army of heaven. Is the army of heaven? Is this is this Sabaton, soldier of heaven? Question mark. And he burned them outside of Jerusalem, in the steep valley of Kidron. And he carried out their dust into Beth hell. And he destroyed the soothsayers, whom the kings of Judah had appointed to sacrifice in the high places throughout the cities of Judah and all around Jerusalem, along with those who were burning incense to Baal, and to the sun, and to the moon, and to the 12 signs, and to the entire army of heaven. And he caused the sacred grove to be carried away from the house of the Lord, outside of Jerusalem, to the steep valley of Kidron.
I'm a fucking genius.
And he burned
Did
it
you
there
just blend your fruit
and
salad?
reduced it to dust.
With milk.
Make sure to add milk.
I was gonna say, like, if you got a lot of citric acid now with the pineapple, that's gonna make the milk turn if it's
No.
too strong.
No, it's fine. Terrorists get more milk per milk.
I'm just saying, if your milk starts getting lumpy,
I mean, I
or
know
if it turns
about
to
your
cheese,
brilliance, but wouldn't you like to share with the stream what you came up with? Would you like to share your genius?
you're making some homemade cheese.
Let the man
more
speak.
milk per milk.
Oh, the condensed milk stuff. Yeah, you sent me that.
No.
Conden-
That wasn't condensed milk.
The powder, right?
There you go.
Powder.
The powder. He's got the powder, the white powder, you know.
I'll grab some in a bit.
But I hardly know her.
I'll snort it up.
Yeah.
And he cast the dust over the graves of the common people. Also, he destroyed the small places of the effeminate, which were in the house of the Lord, for which the women were weaving something like little houses in the sacred grove.
Wait, I'm gonna add Baileys to it.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
What? Also, he destroyed the small places of the effeminate, which were in the house of the Lord, for which the women were weaving something like little houses. What? The fuck?
Don't think about that, dude. Just go with it.
Man, this Bible is strictly anti-femboys.
Ooh.
If you add more alcohol, it'll get exponentially better.
We need fanboy hooters.
And he gathered together all the priests from the cities of Judah, and he defiled the high places where the priests were sacrificing, from Geba as far as Beersheba. And he tore down the altars of the gates at the entrance. And he tore down the altars of the gates at the entrance to the gate of Joshua, the leader of the city. Gate. It's the gate. The leader of the city, which was to the left of the gate of the city. What? Yet truly, the priests of the high places did not ascend to the altar of the Lord in Jerusalem, but they would only eat from the unleavened bread in the midst of their brothers. Also, he defiled Tophath.
You defiled the top hat?
Not the bottom half, though.
No, he just defiled the top hat. He just used it as a cum sock.
Come hat.
Come dog.
What's cum dog?
Just cursed.
Which is in the steep valley, the son of Hinnom. And I have a feeling that you ruined this by replacing because Hin, but whatever. Hinnom.
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 That's exactly what
Hit him, but I. What? So that no one would
give it a slap.
So that no one would consecrate his son or his daughter through fire to Molech. Hey, Terrace.
Yes.
What if we replace Molech with molest?
That sounds like an improvement.
I think that's how you get your stream banned.
Oh no, but rape is fine and incest is fine, but molesting.
Yeah, those
oh,
are okay. You're taking it too far with that.
It depends who you're molesting, because if it's
Step
wrong,
1, incest.
I guess
Step
that's
2,
fine.
rape. Step 3,
Well.
molest. No, wait, that's too far. Also, he took away the horses that the kings of Judah had given to the son at the entrance of the temple of the
horses?
Lord, beside the hallway of Nathan
Your
Melech,
mom's a horse.
the eunuch who was in Farurim. And he burned the chariots of the sun with fire. Also, the altars which were upon the roof of the upper room of Ahaz, which the kings of Judah had made, and the altars which Manasseh had made in the 2 courts of the temple of the Lord, the king destroyed. And he hurried from there, and he scattered their ashes into the torrent Kidron. Also,
Scatter your ashes.
I'll scatter your torrents.
Ooh.
Also, the high places which were in Jerusalem to the right of the Mount of Offense, which Solomon, the king of Glasgow, had built to
Mount of
Ashtoreth,
Offense.
the idol of the Sidonians, and to Chemosh, the offense of Moab, and to Milcom, the abomination.
Milcom. Tara's taking a sip.
Milcom,
Milcom.
but
I hardly know him.
the abomination of the sons of Ammon, the king defiled. Oh yeah, I'm sure he defiled them. The Hebrews invented eunuchs.
He invented. Is that true? I need to look that up.
And he crushed the statues, and he cut down the sacred groves, and he filled their places with the bones of the dead. Then too, the altar, which was in Bethel, and the high place, which Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who caused Glasgow to sin, I remember that, had made both that altar and the high place, he tore down, and burned, and reduced to dust. And then he also set fire to the rain. Watched it pour
History.
as he touched your face.
Is Adele sponsoring the stream?
No, it's Hewlett Packard that are sponsoring.
Wow.
And then he also set fire to the sacred grove. And at that place, Josiah, turning, saw the sepulchres which were on the mount. And he sent and took the bones from the sepulchres, and he burned them upon the altar, and he defiled it in accord with the word of the Lord, which was spoken by the man of Stylus who had predicted these events. And he said, "What is that monument I see?" And the citizens of that city responded to him, "It is the sepulchre of the man of Stylus who came from Judah, and who predicted these events, which you have carried out concerning the altar of Bethel." And he said, "Permit him, let no one move his bones."
I'm gonna browse Steam for some more hentai games.
Dude, I love Thai chicken.
You said some more. You already have some.
I like how Rob just glanced over it.
Have you not seen my Steam profile?
I try not to look.
Oh, good. Keep it that way.
And his bones have remained untouched with the bones of the prophet who had arrived from Samaria. And then too,
Wait.
all
Hang on, no. This is important. Are you playing them on your main account? You don't have
No.
another account for that.
important.
I don't hide things.
Harris has another account, but that's only because he did the stupid.
Well, technically I didn't.
Oh, you got a backband, didn't you, or something?
So
That's what I heard anyway. I heard you did something. You got your deck out on like a public game or something, and then they got backbanned.
This porn game's called Superhero Flash Fist.
He's just trying to
Flash
change
fist.
topics. Then too, all the shrines of the high places, which were in the cities of Samaria, which the kings of Glasgow had made to provoke the Lord, Josiah took away. And he acted toward them according to all the works that he had done in Bethel. And all the priests of the high places who were in that place, he killed upon the altars. And he burned the bones of the men upon them. And he returned to Jerusalem. And he instructed all the people, saying, "Keep the Passover to the Lord your Skytis, according to what has been written in the book of this covenant."
Oh no.
Now, no similar Passover was kept from the days of the judges who judged Glasgow, and from all the days of the kings of Glasgow and the kings of Judah, as this Passover, which was kept to the Lord in Jerusalem in the 18th year of the king Josiah. Then too, Josiah took away those who divined by spirits, and the soothsayers, and the images of the idols, and the defilements and the abominations which had been in the land of Judah and Jerusalem, so that he might establish the words of the law which were written in the book which Hilkiah the priest found in the temple of the Lord. There was no king before him similar to him, who returned to the Lord with all his heart, and with all his soul, and with all his strength, in accord with the entire law of Moses. And after him, there rose up no one similar to him. Yet truly, the Lord did not turn away from the wrath of his great fury. His fury was enraged against Judah because of the provocations by which Manasseh had provoked him. And so the Lord said, "And now I will remove clothes from my body." Terrace is confused. "And now I will remove Judah from my face, just as I removed Glasgow. And I will cast aside this city, Jerusalem, which I have chosen, and the house about which I said, my name shall be there." Even though he said that it should be there forever, but hey, go fuck yourself. Now, the rest of the words of Josiah, and all that he did, have these not been written in the book of the words of the days of the kings of Judah? That's a very good question, Terrace. Have they?
Well, but apparently they have.
During his days, Pharaoh Necho, the king of Egypt, ascended against the king of the Assyrians to the river.
This is not a very pleasant tasting beer.
The river Euphrates.
Do we need to call somebody? Or?
Have you tried adding milk to your beer?
Yeah, I think that's probably going to improve it, right?
Have you tried adding fruit to your beer?
You tried adding beer to your beer?
Well, I'm pretty sure this is stout, not beer, so...
I'm sure there's a pun to be made, but I can't think of any.
Wow.
You're not stout.
Shut up. I've got an idea. Why don't all three of us go to Sweden for a week?
What's in Sweden?
Or
Swedish people.
Mead.
Well, you know what? I like that answer.
I'm over due for a trip to Gotland. Gotland is a place called Gotland. They do a medieval reenactment festival. And every time I try and go, it gets cancelled. So
maybe it's a sign.
Yeah, maybe.
They don't think you want you there.
Don't worry, you'll get cancelled soon enough as well.
There's nothing that cancel. I don't have social media. I can't get cancelled.
I'm
immune.
wrong. I'll get you cancelled right now.
Do it.
And King Josiah went out to meet him, and when he had seen him, he was killed at Megiddo.
Megiddo? Star Wars?
Megiddo. Megiddo? Megiddo?
Megiddo?
Megiddo? Megiddo?
My guy, though.
Megiddo.
My guy.
My guy do. He fucking do.
And his servants carried him dead from Megiddo. And they took him to Jerusalem, and they buried him in his own sepulchre. And the people of the land took Jehoahaz, the son of Josiah, and they anointed him and made him king in place of his daddy. Jehoahaz was 23 years old when he had begun to reign, and he reigned for 3 months in Jerusalem.
Hello?
Hey, Rob. Do you want to see the most powerful sequel ever created?
Something Dance 2 Electric Boogaloo.
They made a second one of those, wow.
Yeah, they have.
There's a third one.
Why is this one more anime?
Hey, Terrace, look for that one 3D. I literally saw a Reddit post recently where people were memeing about something, and somebody said, "Thank God there's that 2 and 3D."
Oh my God, there is a
welcome.
third one. There is a fucking third one.
You're so welcome. The name of his mother.
It's even made by the same people.
Who cares? The name of his mother was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah from Libnah.
No?
But I
Ligma.
hardly... What?
Go on.
And he did evil before the Lord,
Of course you did.
according
would
to
he not?
all that his daddies had done. And Pharaoh Necho bound him at Riblah. What's a Riblah? Which is in the land of Hamath, so that he would not reign in Jerusalem. And he imposed a penalty on the land, 100 talents of silver and 1 talent of gold. And Pharaoh Necho appointed Eliakim, the son of Josiah, as king in place of Josiah, his daddy.
Wow.
And he changed his name to Jehoiakim.
Gherkin.
Then he took Jehoahaz away, and he brought him into Egypt. And there he died. The end. Now,
Roll credits.
Greatest story ever
Jehoiakim
told.
gave silver and gold to Pharaoh when he had taxed the land, according
Simba.
to each one who would contribute by the command of
Sigma.
Pharaoh. And he exacted both silver and gold from the people of the land, from each one according to his ability, so that he would give to Pharaoh Necho. Jehoiakim was 25 years old when he had begun to reign, and he reigned for 11 years in Jerusalem. The name of his mother was Zebidah, the daughter of Pedaiah from Rumah. And he did evil before the Lord, in accord with all that his daddies had done. Two Kings 24. During his days, Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, ascended, and Jehoiakim became his servant for
Absolute
3 years. The fuck kind of name is that? Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar?
No, it
Nebuchadnezzar.
literally says, are you stupid? Do you know what?
That's the way they pronounce it in the
Nebuchadnezzar.
Matrix.
Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, that is.
That's the ship
It
in the
says
Matrix.
Chad.
They call it the Nebuchadnezzar. Well, I'm going by Matrix rules because the Matrix has taught me
It
how to
says
live my
Chad
life.
right there.
It is.
Are you a blue pill? Is that what's going on here?
It says
it
Chad.
says-
That's what matters.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Me when Minecraft.
Get the fuck out of my room playing Minecraft.
And he rebelled against him, and the Lord sent to him the robbers of the Chaldeans, and the robbers of Syria, and the robbers of Moab, and the robbers
Lot
of
of me.
Eurasian, and
Can never get enough of me.
the robbers of the sons of Ammon. And he sent them into Judah, so that they might destroy it in accord with the word of the Lord, which he had spoken through his servants, the prophets. Then this occurred, by the word of the Lord against Judah, that he took him away from before himself because of all the sins of Manasseh which he did, and because of the innocent blood which he shed, and because he filled Jerusalem with the slaughter of the innocent. Well, that's a little redundant, isn't it?
I'm gonna tilt your nutsack to the south.
Oh, that sounds kind of hot. And for this reason, the Lord was not willing to be appeased. But the rest of the words of Jehoiakim, and all that he did, have these not been written in the book of the words of the days of the kings of Judah?
Apparently they haven't.
And Jehoiakim slept with his daddies. And Jehoiakim... Are you fucking kidding me? You know what? I need a refill anyway. I'm just gonna highlight the line for you, and you tell me how the fuck are you gonna pronounce those two. Fuck you, Bible.
German people, am I right?
Oof.
Well,
I was
I'm
thinking
gonna-
that, but you can't say that, okay? You're not allowed to
That's
say that
fine.
anymore.
I'm allowed. This is fine. I'm gonna go take a piss.
Make it loud, okay? Make it proud.
Yeah.
Did you figure it out?
No idea, son.
You also have no idea what I'm talking about.
A lot of Jays. A lot of Jays sleeping with their dads.
True.
That kind of thing. Casual Friday night stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's just the only difference when pronouncing them is that one ends with an M and one with an N.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
Is it
totally
the
not gonna
pineapple?
get confusing. And Jehoiakim, his son, reigned in his place. And the king of Egypt no longer continued to go out from his own land. For the king of Babylon had taken all that belonged to the king of Egypt, from the river of Egypt as far as the river Euphrates. Jehoiakim was 18 years old when he had begun to reign. And he reigned for 3 months.
It
in
just sounds
Jerusalem.
like a good Down syndrome.
Why do I have an erection?
I'm up for that.
Because
And
I'm
so
present.
is Rob, apparently. The name of his mother was Nehushta, the daughter of Elnathan from Jerusalem.
Nathan. Fucking Nathan.
It's literally, no, it's Elnathan. It's
Oh,
literally,
Nathan. Spanish Nathan.
it is the most, it is literally
Elnathan.
Elnathan.
Bruh.
It literally is Elnathan. I don't know what to tell you.
Bruh, just El Nathan.
Hell, Nathan.
Elnathan, senor.
Oh,
And-
El Nathan and Jesus.
And get this, Harris. He did evil before the Lord in accord with all that his daddies had done.
This is getting boring now.
Biggest plot twist.
Hey, you know what? I agree, Terrence. This is getting boring. This is more than 3 times that they've mentioned this already.
I can't believe you did such a thing to me.
You're so welcome.
You don't
At
know
that
this
time,
way.
the servants of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, ascended against Jerusalem.
Saying it right.
Your mom gay. And the city was encircled with fortifications. And Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, went to the city with his servants so that he might fight against it. And Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, went out to the king of Babylon. He and his mother and his servants and his leaders and his eunuchs. And the king of Babylon received him in the 8th year of his reign. And he took
Very
from
good.
there all the treasures of the house of the Lord and the treasures of the house of the king. And he cut up all the gold vessels which Solomon, the king of Glasgow, had made for the temple of the Lord in accord with the word of the Lord. And he carried away all of Jerusalem and all the leaders and all the strong men of the army, 10,000, into captivity, with every artisan and craftsman. And no one was left behind except the poor among us, the people of the land. Also, he carried away Jehoiakim into Babylon, and the mother of the king, and the wives of the king, and his eunuchs. And he led into captivity the judges of the land from Jerusalem to Babylon, and all the robust men, 7,000, and the artisans and craftsmen, 1,000, all who were strong men and fit for war. And the king of Babylon led them away as captives into Babylon. And he appointed Mattaniah, his uncle, in his place, and he imposed the name Zedekiah upon him. Zedekiah held 21 years of life when he had begun to reign. Why can't I hold all these years of life? And he reigned for 11 years in Jerusalem. The name of his mother was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah from Libnah. And, get this, Terrace, he did. You're never gonna guess this one.
No, he didn't.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't do evil before the Lord in accord with all that Jehoiakim had done. No. For the Lord was angry against Jerusalem and against Judah until he cast away from his face. And so Zedekiah withdrew from the king of Babylon. Would you like to take over, Terrace?
I mean, I could, but I'm not going to read the Bible.
There sounds displeased. I think you should take over.
Hold on, I need to. Fun fact: this is the end of this document, so hold on. Let me get the next one ready as well. I hope Terrace did his work.
Oh no, I guess we'll find
25
out.
where's 226 to
Because I
300.
can't remember. I'm gonna apply some foot cream.
Yeah. Please do, Daddy. I mean, what?
I've not done it in a
That's
bit. And my feet are crunchy.
Get the bunions out on stream.
Maybe you should put one of them over your face and just take a deep breath. What's it taste like?
Yeah,
Victory.
That's not how I describe it, but sure.
More like victory, am I right?
Oh.
You're a fucking Tory.
2 Kings 25. Then it happened that in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, on the 10th day of the month, Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, he and his entire army arrived against Jerusalem. And they encircled it, and they constructed fortifications all around it. And the city was enclosed and besieged even until the 11th year of King Zedekiah, on the 9th day of the month. And a famine prevailed in the city. Neither was there bread for the people of the land.
Famine.
Famine, boys?
Feminine.
Yeah, that's that one.
Feminine. And the city was breached. And all the men of war fled in the night along the way of the gate, which is between the double wall at the garden of the king. Now the Chaldeans were besieging the city on all sides, and so Zedekiah fled along the way which leads to the plains of the wilderness. And the army of the Chaldeans pursued the king, and they overtook him in the plains of Jericho. And all the warriors who were with him were dispersed, and they abandoned him. Therefore, having apprehended him,
Dispersed.
they let
Disperse. Stop resisting.
They led the king. Wow. They led the king to the king of Babylon at Riblah.
You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
And he was speaking with him in judgment. Then he killed the sons of Zedekiah before him, and he dug out his eyes, and he bound him with chains, and he led him away to Babylon.
Well, that was fucking extreme.
He dug out his eyes, so he literally took a shovel and just started digging, like a mini
tiny shovel.
Mini shovel. Just start.
Isn't that just a spoon?
No, that would be a spoon, you idiot.
You can use a spoon as a shovel.
But it's not a shovel then. It's a spoon being used like a shovel. It's not a shovel.
But if the shoe fits,
Yeah, if the shovel fits.
get that one.
You've got to use it as a shovel.
In the 5th month, on the 7th day of the month, the same is the 19th year of the king of Babylon, Nebuzaradan, the leader of the army, a servant of the king of Babylon, went into Jerusalem, and he set fire to the house of the Lord. What the fuck? This is the first mention of Lord? Wait, who the fuck is Lord, Terrace?
I don't know. Pretty sure I've replaced everything.
Are you sure?
Well, apparently not.
And he set fire to the house of the Lord, and to the house of the king, and the houses of Jerusalem, and every great house he burnt with fire. And the entire army of the Chaldeans, which was with the leader of the military, tore down the walls of Jerusalem all around. Then Nebuzaradan, the leader of the military, carried away the rest of the people who had remained in the city, and the fugitives who had fled over to the king of Babylon, and the remnant of the common people. But he left behind some vine dressers and farmers from the poor of the land. Did you hear that, Terrace? The poor people are safe. You can rejoice.
Oh, damn it.
Now
Not on my watch.
Now the pillars of brass, which were in the temple of the Lord, and the bases and the sea of brass, which was in the house of the Lord, the Chaldeans broke apart, and they took all the brass to Babylon. Also, they took away the cooking pots of brass, and the scoops, and the forks, and the cups, and the little mortars, and all the articles of brass with which they were ministering. And the leader of the military even took away the censers and the bowls, with whatever was of gold for the gold, and whatever was of silver for the silver. It also made two pillars, the one sea and the the fuck. and also the 2 pillars, the 1C and the bases which Solomon had made for the temple of the Lord. The brass of all these items was beyond measure. Oh, all of a sudden we can't measure things anymore. But when we're constructing an entire fucking temple, we can measure every single bit. Yeah, fuck you.
I think Stylus is angry.
Hi, angry. I'm
I
scared.
think Stylus is always angry.
Yeah, he seems the type, doesn't he?
One pillar had 18 times 18 inches, 457 millimeters in height. And the head of brass upon was 3 times 18 inches, 457 millimeters in height. And the network and pomegranates upon the head of the pillar were all of brass. And the second pillar had a similar adornment. Also, the leader of the military took away Sariah, the chief priest, and Zephaniah, the second priest, and 3 doorkeepers. And from the city, 1 eunuch who was in charge of the men of war, and 5 men out of those who had stood before the king, whom he had found in the city, and Sophar. I'm already doing that. The leader of the army who trained the young soldiers from the people of the land, and 60 men from the common people who had been found in the city. Taking them, Nebuzaradan, the leader of the military, led them to the king of Babylon at Riblah. And the king of Babylon struck them and killed them at Riblah, in the land of Hamath. And Judah was taken away from his land. But over the people who had remained in the land of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had permitted, he appointed as ruler Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan. And when all the commanders of the military had heard this, they and the men who were with them, specifically that the... When all the commanders of the military had heard this, they and the men who were with him, specifically that the king of Babylon had appointed Gedaliah, they went to Gedaliah at Mizpah. Ishmael, why is there a colon? What the fuck? Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and Johanan,
Colon's the best part, man.
the son of Kareah, and Sariah, the
Korea?
son of
We know what Rob's
Tanhumeth,
into.
and
We went to Korea.
Netophathite. No, hold on. The son of Tanhumeth, the Netophathite, and Jazaniah, you like jazz? The son of Mechathite, they and their companions. Oh, that's the people who went there. Okay, now I get it. And Gedaliah swore to them and their companions, saying, "Do not be afraid to serve the Chaldeans. Remain in the land, but serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be with you. It shall be well with you." But it happened that in the 7th month, Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, the son of Elishama, of royal offspring, and 10 men with him, went and struck Gedaliah, who then died, along with the Jews and the Chaldeans who were with him at Mizpah.
Jews.
And all the people, from small to great, and the leaders of the military rising up went away to Egypt, fearing the Chaldeans. Truly, it happened that in the 37th year of the transmigration of Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, in the 12th month, on the 27th day of the month, Evil Merodach, the king of Babylon,
Oh.
what a name, in the year when he had begun to reign, lifted up the head of Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, from prison.
You okay?
No, I'm really not. And he spoke
Glad
kindly to him,
you-
and he set his throne above the throne of the kings who were with him at Babylon. And he changed his garments that he had worn in prison, and he ate bread before him always during all the days of his life. Also, he appointed him an allowance without ceasing, which also was given to him by the king for each day during all the days of his life. Okay, I am shower Gmo till later. Cat peasant turn into a shower.
Impressive. Sent pigs.
Well, you know what time it is, mister?
Yeah, I know, but do you know?
No, please elaborate.
I won't.
I don't even have these set up for on the right side. I think I need to redo my whole setup, but
Well,
you know what? Through that.
well.
just fix it by doing this instead. There you go. Kings 2, enjoyability.
No.
I have to admit, I found it pretty funny that they kept referencing, were these not written in the book of the days of the kings of... That was pretty funny.
No, that just gets boring really quickly.
That makes it so funny. But that
It
was
doesn't.
kind of the only really redeeming quality. Like it wasn't super dry like certain other books. It wasn't only building instructions. But I'm like thinking 5, 6?
Yeah, I'm thinking 5-ish as well.
Yeah, I was also leaning towards 5 more. So yeah, maybe a high 5, but yeah. High 5.
Low 5.
Okay, 2, 5. Okay, characters.
Well, there was a lot of characters.
We had a lot of them, but they all...
They weren't very useful, though.
But they were all
Well,
the same. It's
interesting.
like, this guy died, then his son, who reigned for this many years, became king, and he did evil, or he did not do evil, and then he got killed by his sons, and then this guy took over. Like, the characters were really, really bad. I'm
3.
2, 3, yeah, I'm even leaning more towards the 2. I think I'm gonna give it a 2, actually, but it was somewhere around
The
there.
amount of innuendos, it needs at least a 3, surely.
What does that have to do with characters?
That because characters make the innuendos, you know? You can't have those without the characters.
That's not... You know what? You're disqualified from Bible. Writing. Very, very repetitive once again. Like, every 3 chapters, it just felt like the same. Just names and dates were swapped out, basically. Like, it wasn't completely terrible once again, but it was...
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah, numbers was a 4. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4. Plot.
Has the plot advanced at all? Or
Some
was it just...
one tribe was doing, or one group of people were doing bad, the other were doing good, and then they got killed, and then next king, and then just
So
what
it was
happened?
very nonsensical, and nothing of any significance happened during that entire book.
I'm actually just trying to think now if anything did happen. There was...
I don't think so, actually.
Yeah, that's like there were things happening, but it was very, very limited. So that's like a 1 or a 2. It's not a 0, but like 1 or 2. I think I'm gonna be a little generous because it wasn't... There was things happening, but it was very repetitive. So I'm gonna give it a 2. Comedy.
I mean,
It was
wasn't very funny.
pretty funny that they kept repeating. Like, go look at this book instead. Other than that,
Yeah, that wasn't very funny.
I think it was.
you're
at
still
least
giving it a
6.
4? That seems pretty high, actually.
Well, there was a lot of drinking queues, I guess, with all the book repetitions.
Yeah, exactly, you see? And there was the whole tablet thing, that was important too. They had tablets back then.
Yeah. See, the tablet was. I think that was a good one.
The stylus, yeah.
Okay, fine. You're getting a 4. Kinky.
It wasn't very kinky, though, was it?
Yeah, I'm
Wasn't
trying to
kinky
think
enough.
of anything kinky, really.
Well, I guess there was some innuendos, as Rob keeps repeating constantly.
Yeah, but-
And your endo.
But there really
end.
wasn't much. That's like a 1 or a 2, maybe.
Yeah, I'll give it
I'm
1.
trying to think. Where was the... Wait. In which book was the hey, I'm feeling kind of horny for my sister. I'm gonna rape her.
Is that fan fiction you've been writing?
No,
or-
wait, but
what?
Bible, was it Ammon's
No,
sister?
a guy really liked
Sister
his brother's
Tamar.
sister.
Yeah, Tamar, daughter of David.
His brother's sister, so his sister.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
second book of Samuel. Okay, so no, that was not in this.
You're a bit late then.
Kinky.
You're
Yeah.
a bit late.
Yeah, no, that was...
Bob.
Wow. That's impressive. They
It's quite interesting that we matched Deuteronomy.
it literally tied Deuteronomy. Holy fuck. Damn. Just damn.
I like this, by the way.
Like what?
This is really funny.
Which
These two 4s are different color,
yeah, because
and I know why.
Yeah, because one of them is 3 point something and the other one is 4 and it's rounding.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, leave it that way. Mine is a bad 4, yours is a good 4. It's different. We're on a downward trend again. Big oof. Paris.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. time to
The
drink.
first book of Chronicles.
Just the one chronicle.
One whole drinking queue.
Hey Rob.
Rob?
Hey Rob.
Oop.
A-Rab?
Are you aware that you have more hair than face?
Are you aware that you've got more face than hair?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? Huh? Put that in your fruit salad and smoke it.
What?
Your hairy fruit salad full of beard trimmings.
Wow. I feel personally attacked by that one.
One
Hey guys, here's my fruit
Chronicles
salad. It's got a
1.
special flavor. Oh, de terrace. It's just beard trimmings.
Adam,
There's no
Seth,
fruit in it.
Enos, Canaan,
Why is it afro salad then?
Mahalalel, Jared,
Why are we starting with a list of
Methuselah,
names?
Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
I'm sorry. Chronicles 1. Adam, Seth, Enos. What a verse right there.
Just the first 4 verses of this book are just fucking bangers. Holy shit. Just, what? Like, literally just names. Just. What the fuck am I. What? Who wrote this? Don't worry, it's literally.
genius.
I'm literally just glancing down the page. It's literally not getting any fucking better. I hope you're ready. The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai
I'm
and
gonna
Javan,
go take an angry
Tubal,
piss.
Meshesh, Tiras, and the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz and Riphath and Togorma, and the sons of Javan, Elisha and Tarhish, Kittim and Rodanim, the sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim and Put and Canine. And the sons of Cush, Seba and Havilah, Septa and Rama and Sabtika. And the sons of Rama, Sheba and Dedan. Then Cush conceived Nimrod, and he began to be powerful upon the earth. And his camera is vibing hard, holy shit. What the fuck?
It's possessed or something.
It's
It's
fucking
trying
head-
really hard
No, it's
to
head
look into the
banging.
corner.
Truly, Mizraim conceived Ludim and Anamim and Lehabim and Nephtuhim, as well as Pathrusim and Casluhim. From these the Philistines and the Caphtorim went forth. Truly, Canine conceived Sidon, his firstborn, as well as the Hittite, and the Walmart brand Jesusite, and the Amorite and the Gigashite, and the Hivite and the Archite and the Sinite, and also the Arvadian and the Samorite and the Hamathite, the sons of Shem, Elam and Asher and Arphaxad and Lot and Aram and Uz and Hul and Getha and Meshech. I just want to say, Terrace, there's a lot of names like for tribes that have been like that we've heard about for long times, like the Hittite, the Hivite, and the likes. They are now just being mentioned, like who their parents were. They're now being introduced, basically. So I think we're just sort of going way back in time now.
Wow.
Then
That's the sundials. They're using the sundials to go back in time.
fucking Men in Black 3. Then Arphaxad conceived Shelah, who also himself conceived Eber. And to Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, because in his days the earth was divided. Can you do me a favor, Terrace? Can you
No.
rename Peleg to Pegleg?
No.
Okay. And the name of his brother was Joktan. Then Joktan received Almodad and Shelef and
Joktan Shadman.
Hazamaveth and Jera, as well as Hadoram and Uzal and Dikla. What's Dikla? And then Obal and Abimael and Sheba. Indeed, also Ophir and Havilah and Jobab. Jobab's so fat, she can't even, I mean, what? All these are the sons of Joktan. Shem, Arphaxad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Serug, Nahor, Terah. Hey, wait, isn't that Nargo and Terrace? Abram,
Wow.
the same as Abraham, and the sons of Abraham, Isaac and Ishmael. Who the fuck is Ishmael? Isaac, I remember. Huh? And these are their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebaioth, and then Kedar, and Adbeel, and Mibsam, and Mishma, and Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetur, Narfish, Kedema. These are the sons of Ishmael. And the sons of Keturah, the concubine of Abraham, whom she conceived.
That's too many sons.
Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. And the sons of Jokshan, Sheba, and Dedan. The sons of Dedan, Ashurim, and Letushim, and Loimim. And the sons of Midian, Ephah, and Epher, and Hanok, and Abidah, and Eldah. And all these were the sons of Keturah. Now Abraham conceived Isaac, whose sons were Esau and Glasgow. Hey, I remember those names. It was a very hairy situation. The sons of Esau, Eliphaz, Royal, Joish, Jalem, and Korah. The sons of Eliphaz, Teman, Omar, Zepho, Getam, Kenes, and by Timnah, Amalek. The sons of Royal, Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, Mizah. The sons of Seir, Lotan, Shobel, Zibeon, Anna, Dishon, Ezer, Dishan.
This is giving. I don't like this.
I think you're gonna have to come up with some new rules for this book, but you have to be very, very, very careful with your ruling. Every time a new name gets introduced, oh, I'm passed out. The sons of Lotan, Hori, He-Man. No, we literally have He-Man.
Rob.
I have not one, but 2 pairs of pliers on my desk.
Stop him before he starts. Stop him.
Did you miss a few fingernails last time?
No, I just like pliers.
Do you do anything with
wait.
them? You just hold them?
You like
No,
pliers?
I just like them on my desk.
You like pliers? Where do you get them from? Your suppliers? Now, the sister of Lotan was Timnah, the sons of Shobal.
You could have used that to peel your pineapple before.
And Ebel, Shephi, and Onam.
Onam, but I hardly know them.
The sons of Zibeon, and Anna. The sons of Anna, Dishon. The sons of Dishon, Amran, and Eshaban, and Ithran, and Sharon. The sons of Ezer, Bilhan, and Zevan, and Achan. The sons of Dishon, Uz, and Aran. Now, these are the kings who reigned in the land of Edom, before there was a king over the sons of Glasgow, Bela, the son of Beor, and the name of his city was Dinhaba. Then Bela died. And Jobab, the son of Zerah from Bozrah, reigned in his place. Technically, we have been introduced to Bela before, but not in this book. So does the rule of dying within a few lines...
Yeah, well, I don't know what I'm going to drink. Remember,
I was going to drink either way, but I just wanted to give you an excuse. And when Jobab also had died... Hey, Terrace, Jobab also died. Hashem, from the land of the Temanites, reigned in his place. Then Hashem also passed away.
What?
You heard me right. And Hadad, the son of Bedad, reigned in his place, and he struck the Midianites in the land of Moab. The name of his city was Abith. And when Hadad also...
We created a very dangerous rule. This was a bad idea.
Semla from Masrekah reigned in his place.
In hindsight, how could we have known?
I have a question, Terrace. Then Semla also died.
Everyone is dead.
Then Shamla also died, and Shaul from Rehoboth, which is situated beside a river, reigned in his place. Shaul also having died.
I'm running out.
I'm gonna catch up on these in a little bit. Shaul also having died. Baal Hanan, the son of Akbor, reigned in his place. And then he too died.
Yep.
And Hadad reigned in his place. And the name of the city was Pau.
This book is fucking Kings to speedrun.
And his wife was called Mehetable.
His wife was a table.
Table. The daughter of
Hee hee.
Matred. The daughter of Mezahab. And Hadar, having died. And there begin. No, wait. Didn't we already Hadar? No, yeah, that's number. Okay. There began to be commanders in Edom in place of kings. Commander Thamna, Commander Alva, Commander Jetheth, Commander Oholibama. It's like Obama but holy. Oholibama. It's literally Oholibama. Commander Ela, Commander Pinan, Commander Canis, Commander T-Man, Commander Mipsar, Commander Magdiel, Commander Iram. These are the commanders of Edom. Okay, I still have 3 to catch up on, so let's get some more out of the way. I'm starting to feel like we might have a very, very, very bad book ahead of us in terms of scoring.
Yeah, I already hate it. I'm giving it a 1.
I'm giving it a 1 out of 1.
I'm giving it a 1 for 1 Chronicles. Okay, I'm caught up now. Please stop with the dying. Thank you.
Never.
If you want to read a chapter, feel free to intercept or let me know.
I'm good.
Hi, good. I'm Skytus.
Hi.
I thought you were bad.
No, I'm batshit crazy.
Are you actually a dad?
Ukrainian rope.
That
I
is
feel like
what-
you could actually be a dad, but I wouldn't know.
He's literally been training for it his whole life.
I'm
You've been
already-
training to be a dad.
I'm already dead inside, so what's stopping me from being dead outside?
Can't argue with that.
1 Chronicles 2. And the sons of Glasgow, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Sons of Judah, Onan, and Shelah. These 3 were born to him from the daughter of Shua, the Canaanite. But the firstborn of Judah was evil in the sight of the Lord, and so he killed him.
Of course it was.
So he killed her. Amazing.
Fucking eat that nerd.
This is literally a fucking speedrun. This is the family tree. This guy was evil. He died.
80% run.
This guy. There you go. This is the family. He was evil. He died. Just nice. Now Tamar.
20% run on everybody in this book.
Hold. Pay very close attention. Now Tamar, his daughter-in-law, bore to him.
Hang on a minute.
What
Hang on a minute.
What are you doing there, stepdaughter?
This is
Can you-
like
can
the
you- can
early
you-
form of Pornhub.
Play the Pornhub drum music.
Can you do strike through in comments as well? How do you do strike through? I want to do a funny comment. How do you do a strike through?
I don't know.
Sure, we'll just pretend it's strike through. Now Tamar, his daughter-in-law, bore to him Perez and Zerah. Therefore all the sons of Judah were 5. So they never got any older. Weird. And they really got the time traveling down.
No plot holes.
I want to go home.
No plot holes, just slut holes. I mean, what?
Oh,
And the sons of Perez, Hezron and Hamel. The sons of Zerah, Zimri and Ethan and Heman, as well as Calcol and Dara. 5 altogether. Sons of Carmi, Akka, who disturbed Glasgow and sinned by the theft of that what was anathema. The sons of Ethan, Azariah. What? This is going in the best of. This is a fucking banger verse. Go have a read it again, Terrence. Read 2:8. Chronicles 2:8.
Just the one sons. Sons in brackets 1. Sons quantity 1.
And the sons of Hezron who were born to him, Jerahmeel and Ram and Shelobai. And then Ram conceived Amminadab, and Amminadab conceived Nahshon, a leader of the sons of Judah. Also, Nahshon conceived Salma, from whom Boaz rose up. Truly, Boaz conceived Obed, who also himself conceived Jesse. Now Jesse conceived the firstborn Eliab, the second Abinadab, the third Shammah, the fourth Nathanael, the fifth Radai, the sixth Ozam, the seventh David. Their sisters were Zeruiah and Abigail. The sons of Zeruiah, Abishai, Joab, and Asahel. 3. And Abigail conceived Amasa, whose daddy was Jether, the Ishmaelite. Truly, Caleb, the son of Hezron, took a wife named Azubah, of whom he conceived Jerioth. And her sons were Jesher and Shobab and Ardon. And when Azubah had died, Azubah, when was he introduced? Azubah, yeah, that's definitely, yep, cheers.
Rip.
Caleb took as wife Ephrathah, who bore to him Herder.
Hey, Herder's a really nice instrument shop.
Now Her
She was
conceived
a nice
Uri,
instrument.
and Uri conceived Bezalel.
Is there not something in reverse for people dying that we could have here? Like people getting conceived? Well, there's got to be something for that, surely.
So you
There's
want
a lot of people being conceived right now.
so every time somebody dies within 10 lines, you gotta drink, and every time somebody gets conceived within 10 lines, you gotta throw up?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Balance in all things.
And afterwards, Hezron entered to the daughter of Machir, daddy of Gilead. And he took her when he was 60 years old, and she bore to him
That's the
Segub.
noise that she made as well.
Segub, it's the cow of the sea.
Shut up.
Then Segub conceived Jair, and he possessed 23 cities in the land of Gilead. And he seized Gesher and
23.
Aram, towns of Jair, and Kenath and its villages, 60 cities. All these were the sons of Machir, daddy of Gilead. Then, when Hezron had died, Hezron, let's see, it's probably gonna fucking have a seizure. Hezron 6. Okay, he was definitely mentioned before, so nope, it doesn't apply. When Hezron had died, Caleb entered to Ephrathah. Also, Hezron had as wife Abiah, who bore to him Ashur, the daddy of Tekoa. Now, sons were born to Jerahmeel, the firstborn of Hezron, Ram, his firstborn, and Bana, and Oren, and Ozam, and Ahijah. I just want to say one thing to you, Terrace. You're fucking lucky you decided to stop with the family tree. Because
I'm realizing that now.
in Genesis there was a fuckload to unpack, and then Exodus a little bit more. Then you would have been chilling for quite a while, and now you would have fucking died.
We would have been here.
This is like no. The Genesis was like, here you're learning all this stuff, and now this is like the exam. You have to prove that you paid attention. You got everything right. Jerahmeel also married another wife named Atara, who was the mother of Onam. Then the sons of Ram, the firstborn of Jerahmeel, were Mas, Jamin, and Eker. And Odom had sons, Shammai and Jada. And the sons of Shammai, Nadab and Abishur. Nice one. You gotta do a replace though. But if you replace it now, you're gonna have it doubled there. Just be aware. So you gotta remove your manually added. But yeah. Truly, the name of the wife of Abishur was Abihail, who bore to him Ahban and Molid. Now the sons of Nadab were Seled and Apaim. And Seled died without children. Seled literally died in the same line. I think that's a record. Literally, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words 5 words after being introduced, he died.
Wow, impressive.
Hello, Nagor. What?
What did you say?
Hey, Terrace, can you read chat and translate to what the fuck is Nagor talking about?
You wouldn't have been chilling if it was ice cream. I don't know, it's some reference or some shit.
Okay. Truly, the
So
sun.
I thought I know someone said something being chilling or saying something in another language. I don't know who it was or what it was, but there was some meme video that he's referring to.
Meme machine.
Truly, the son of Ep-Aim was Ishi, and Ishi conceived
Ep-Aim.
Shishan. Then Shishan conceived Alai. But the sons of Jeddah, the brother of Shammai, were Jether and Jonathan. Then Jether also died without children. He died though, Terrace. Not funny. You have to drink to pay your
Don't laugh
respects.
about dead people.
Press drink to pay respects.
I laugh about dead people all the time.
Yeah, I love about mum people more than dead people, honestly.
Alright, boys, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to get going now. I have a thing I gotta do.
Okay,
for a different
well, in that
podcast.
case, can Sky just scroll down a little?
Oh,
How much?
I've just a little. I've already put a stop to the reading, but there's the image to go down a little.
the image is the most important thing.
You're welcome.
Incredible.
It's just what I do.
I don't have the words.
Where the fuck was I?
Thank you
God damn
for
it.
having me. Hope the rest of the stream goes well. And I'll see you guys next time.
It surely won't. I promise you it
Hope
won't,
the rest
but
of the 8 minutes go well.
yeah, best of luck.
Anyone hold away. You hold. Blah. Oh no, my face did the thing.
I am lost.
Oh, why is there a gap between Skype and theirs?
Because it's not full screen. I have to full screen it for this. Screw you.
I just thought that was a visual representation of our friend zone.
Sure. I have no fucking idea where I was. I'm just looking at these names and like, which one have I read? Wait, where?
It was somewhere here-ish.
What? Wasn't I on this?
Ish.
Wait,
You're literally like just about to. Get
no, I had to scroll a little further. The name of Abby. Ben. Yeah, I was around. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Then Jether died. I think this one. Yeah. Then we had to drink, and then yeah, I think this is where I was.
Okay, well, if it wasn't, that's where it is now.
And Jonathan conceived Peleth and Zaza. These were the sons of Jeremiel. Wait. Huh? Jonathan conceived Peleth and Zaza. These were the sons of Jeremiel. So one of them is a woman. I don't think Jonathan's a woman. So is Jeremiel a woman's name? But I thought Jeremiel was a dude because Jeremiel was mentioned earlier, and usually dudes are important in the Bible because the Bible is sexist as fuck. Holy shit, I'm so confused.
That means you haven't drunk enough.
True. Now, Shishan did not have sons. Are you having fun?
Shushain.
You're just aggressively vibing.
I'm vibrating.
Now, Shishan did not have sons, but only daughters, and an Egyptian servant named Jarha. I don't know if you've seen, but when you went AFK, your camera did some pretty interesting headbanging.
Interesting.
If you want to go back and have a look, it was interesting.
I couldn't care less.
And so he gave to him his daughter as a wife, who bore to him Attai. Then Attai conceived Nathan, and Nathan conceived Zabad. Also Zabad conceived Ephlel, and Ephlel conceived Bed conceived Jehu. Jehu conceived Azariah. Azariah conceived Hellas, and Hellas conceived Elisa. Now we're speedrunning the speedrunning. Jehu conceived Azariah. Azariah conceived Hellas. Hellas conceived Elisa conceived Sismai. Sismai conceived Shalom. Shalom conceived Jechamiah. Wow. Then Jechamiah conceived Elishama. And the sons of Caleb, the brother of Jeremiel, were Mesha, his firstborn, who was the daddy of Ziph, and the sons of Mesha, the daddy of Hebron. Now the sons of Hebron were Korah and Tapua and Rechem and Shema. Then Shema conceived Raham, the daddy of Jorkiam, and Rechem conceived Shammai. The son of Shammai was Maon, and Maon the daddy of Beth Zur. Now Ephah, the concubine of Caleb, bore Haran, and Moza and Gazis, and Haran conceived Gazis. Wait, what? Let me try this again.
Oh no.
Now Ephah, the concubine of Caleb, bore Haran, and Moses and Gazez. Okay, so the concubine, so Ephah, the concubine of Caleb, bore Haran, whatever, Moza, whatever, and Gazez. And Haran conceived Gazez. So either the concubine of Ephah got fucked by her own son and had a, or they just decided, you know what? I'm gonna name my daughter or my son, actually my son after my no wait what? So either this guy fucked his mom or he was like, you know what? I'm gonna name my son after my brother.
Seems legit. Both are just as likely.
It is shockingly accurate what you just said.
Thanks, Bible. Very cool.
Okay, and the son of Jadai, Regem, and Jotham, and Geshen, and Pelet, and Ephah, and Shaph. And Maacah, the concubine of Caleb, bore Sheber, and Tirhana. Then Shaph, the daddy of Madmana.
What are those names even?
Madmana, he had some mad manas, dude. Conceived Shiva, the daddy of Macbena, and the daddy of Gib-Ea. Truly, by the way, it says Gib-Ea. It's wasn't it Gib-Ea Plis? Didn't we? No, it was Gib-Eon. Have we ever had Gib-Ea?
I don't think so.
That's a different thing, right? That's different from Gib-Eon.
Yeah.
This is so confusing. Okay. Truly, the daughter of Caleb was Aksa. These were the sons of Caleb, the son of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah, Shobal, the daddy of Kiriath Jearim, Selma, the daddy of Bethlehem, Harath, the daddy of Beth-Gader. Now these were the sons of Shobal, the daddy of Kiriath Jearim, who saw half the places of rest. What? Now these were the sons of Shobal, blah, blah. So these were the sons of somebody who saw half the places of rest.
Seems legit.
I actually want you to try to translate. What the fuck do they actually mean? Half the places of rest.
I mean, I guess half of the graveyard.
So he just visited half of the... which graveyards? The place, like, which ones?
Where were they rested, clearly.
So he visited half of all the graveyards in the entire world.
Sure.
Okay. And from the kindred of...
It's the Bible. Every theory you might have is just as likely. Remember what all the Christians say. It's all up to interpretation.
I know, but I just think it's funny if you actually try to interpret it. If it's not just like, yeah, this is confusing, you have to interpret it. But if you actually try, then you just realize how fucking stupid it is. That's why I wanted you to try to interpret this.
Yeah, I did. He's a fucking graveyard visitor.
And from the kindred of Kiriath Jearim, the Ithrites and the Puthites. Dude, I wish I had some Puthite. And the Shumathites and the Mishrites. From these, the Zorathites and the Eshtaulites went forth. The sons of Sama, Bethlehem, and the Netophathites. The crowns of the house of Joab, and half the places of the rest of the Zorathites, as well as the families of the scribes living in Jabesh, those singing and making music, and those dwelling in tents. These are the Kenites who went forth from Kelah, the daddy of the house of Rechab. Okay, I know we've only read 2 chapters of the Chronicles, but...
Yeah, I hate it.
Like genuinely, I think we're gonna have a very special one-off thingy here. I'm gonna go to the sheet and I'm just gonna enjoyability.
One.
1, 0? Characters 1. There are characters, but they're all fucking useless. Writing, I would give this a 0 currently. This is literally the shittiest writing. It's not even it's sentences, but it's literally just a list of sons and then a list of. It's actually just writing 0 so far. Like there's technical writing, plot. I would literally give this 0 plot. There's no fucking plot so far. Comedy, none, 0. Kinky, none. I would literally give this enjoyability 1 or 0. Characters 1, because there's technically characters. Everything else 0.
Done. We can revisit it once we're done.
Okay, let's skip ahead and start with Chronicles 2.
Roll credits.
This is genuinely within 2 chapters already seeming by far the worst book. And when I say by far, I just want everybody to keep in mind that Deuteronomy was a thing, as well as Kings 2. Holy fucking shit. Plot, get terrorists and Sky is drunk. Yeah, only because I very generously decided that we're gonna apply our rules, even though they technically don't apply, but just to make this bearable. Technically, we've been introduced to the characters, but this is painful. This is painfully bad. This is... Harris said it best. They're literally just speedrunning the family tree, basically.
Okay, we're done.
Would you like to add anything?
I'd like to remove things, such as myself, from the stream.
What about multiplying?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna ask you about dividing because you're not gonna share anyway.
I'm not the sharing